At the turn of the millennium, technology companies based on the west coast of the United States created a set of world-changing products that took advantage of the rapidly growing internet. There was a widely shared sense of techno-optimism. These products made life easier, more fun, and more productive. But the tech industry wasn't just transforming the life of adults. It began transforming life for children too. Children and adolescents had been watching a lot of television since the 1950s, but the new technologies were far more portable, personalized, and engaging than anything that came before. Parents discovered this truth early. Many parents were relieved to find that a smartphone or a tablet could keep a child happily engaged and quiet for hours. Was this safe? Nobody knew, but because everyone else was doing it, everyone just assumed that it must be okay. Yet these companies had done little or no research on the mental health effects of their products on children and adolescents, and they shared no data with researchers studying the health effects. When faced with growing evidence that their products were harming young people, they mostly engaged in denial obfuscation and public relations campaigns. Companies that strive to maximize engagement by using psychological tricks to keep young people clicking were the worst offenders. They hooked children during vulnerable developmental stages while their brains were rapidly rewiring in response to incoming stimulation. This included social media companies, which inflict the greatest damage on girls, and video game companies and pornography sites, which sank their hooks deepest into boys. By designing a fire hose of addictive content that entered through the kids' eyes and ears, and by displacing physical play and in-person socializing, these companies have rewired childhood and changed human development on an almost unimaginable scale. What legal limits have we imposed on these tech companies so far? In the United States, which ended up setting the norms for most other countries, the main prohibition is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, enacted in 1998. It requires children under 13 to get parental consent before they can sign a contract with a company, the terms of service, to give away their data and some of their rights when they open an account. That set the effective age of internet adulthood at 13, for reasons that had little to do with children's safety or mental health. But the wording of the law doesn't require companies to verify ages. As long as a child checks a box to assert that she's old enough, or puts the right fake birthday, she can go almost anywhere on the internet without her parents' knowledge or consent. In fact, 40% of American children under 13 have created Instagram accounts. Yet, there has been no update of federal law since 1998. Jonathan Haidt, The Anxious Generation: How the Great Rewiring of Childhood is Causing an Epidemic of Mental Illness, published 2024.